Hi everyone, and welcome to And So On. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I used a Burda Easy pattern to create 3 totally different garments. Actually 4, now that I think about it. Welcome everyone, and happy 2020. I hope that you all had a great holiday season. I was totally intending to hop on again before the end of December, but we had friends come to stay with us, and this, my taller, became their room, and so I couldn't very well go, do you mind getting out so that I can record a video? So unfortunately I didn't make it on at the end of December, but we had a really nice Christmas. I have to say, it was, you guys probably remember if you've been watching me for a while that I lost my mom 3.5 years ago, and so this was our 3rd Christmas without my mom, and my mom loved Christmas, and it was a very hard time of year. And the first year I just kind of survived it. The second year I, tried to get back into it, and this is the first year where I felt that I was starting to really enjoy Christmas again, and that was really nice. So we had a great time with our kids. We started some new traditions. I sang with the choir at a church, and one of my versions of the Burda Easy that I'm going to show you was for that. And we just are really still loving living in Spain. And one of my goals for this year is to show you guys more of Spain and more of what we're doing here. And so I'm hopefully going to take you around and show you a little bit more in the days and weeks to come. Okay, so Burda Easy. I showed you guys this a little while ago. I did a video on why Burda Easy is different and in some ways better than regular Burdastyle, at least for people who are not really into sewing magazines and find them a little bit tedious. So let me give you a really quick preview or review as to why that is. So number 1, you are not tracing out of nested patterns. Each pattern is separate on the sheet, each pattern piece. So it's one pattern piece per 2 patterns in the magazine. So there are fewer patterns, but they're nicely divided. There are 3 versions of each pattern, minimal pattern pieces, not nested. This is on tissue, not paper, so you can absolutely cut it out if you want to. No, seam allowances are not included still. So you still have to add the seam allowances, which is why it doesn't make sense to me, because if you're still gonna have to cut it out and then trace it, why would you even bother cutting it out? You may as well preserve the pattern and just trace the whole thing, which is what I do, but whatever. Another thing I like about this magazine is that rather than have a section later on in newsprint that has all the instructions, this one, after every pattern, it shows the instructions in order, and it shows it with pictures. So because this is, like I said, a foreign language magazine, meaning it's not published in English, you have to translate. Even though my Spanish is fine, I don't necessarily know all the sewing terminology in Spanish. So being able to follow along through the pictorials is very helpful. So here's the pattern that I'm going to be showing you today, and it's a square neck dress / top. And there are 3 versions. I think the only version between the 2nd and 3rd, the only difference is the length of the sleeve. You can see here I've basically made the exact same one. And then this is the 3rd one here. Very cute. I would love to get fabric and do exactly that. In fact, I think I probably will do that. And then after here is you have the 3 different versions, what you're going to need, etc., what have you, and then the instructions. So the instructions are step by step. Yes, there's description there, but the pictorials are really helpful. So I started out using this one as my wearable toile, and it is very wearable. So I'll stand up briefly just to show you the length and the fact that it comes in nicely at the waist. But I'll put in pictures because that'll be a lot easier. I made the size. So what I did was I kind of cheated, and I would not suggest you guys do this necessarily, but I cut out the size 40 knowing I was a 38 so that I could avoid putting in some seam allowances. So I know it's not exactly the same because like the arm side changes and whatever, but I just was able to use it for the side seams, and I still had to add it for these side pieces. So this is just 4 pattern pieces. You've got the front, the back, the 2 shoulder pieces, or the 1 shoulder piece on 2 sides, and the sleeve. Now, I started off with this one, and this is the fabric that I bought at the market in Barcelona a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually turned out a lot better than I thought. When I first got it, I wasn't sure, but once I washed it, and now I've worn this probably 3 or 4 times, and it's so comfortable, and I'm quite sure that I'm gonna wear it a lot and probably make another. So I love this square neckline, and this is achieved by the front piece is like lower down, the back piece is slightly higher, and then you've got this piece that you fold in half and then apply. Now, the only thing is you have to be careful that you put it in the right way because the back piece is kind of angled in a bit. And I didn't do that on one of mine, and I ended up having to rip it out and do it again, which is never the faster option. But overall, really, really comfortable. There is a folded over facing here, so you don't even have to finish any edges in the front and the back. This is also folded. The only thing you have to do is I zigzagged the hems of the sleeves and the edge, and that's it. So after I made this, I was like, awesome, fantastic. Now, I had a choir performance that I was doing. I was performing with a Catalan choir here in Sitges for Christmas, and that was so nice because what I'm really missing from being at home is the opportunity to perform sometimes, and so I love that I got to do that. We sang in 4 different languages, and I met some really nice ladies, and I'm going to keep singing with them now starting in January. In a couple weeks, we're going to get back, maybe even less than that, and so I'm really excited. So what I needed for this was a black dress because we were performing at one of the major churches in town, teeny but beautiful. And I'll put some pictures at the end of the choir performance so you can see, and maybe a little video as well. So hang around for that. So the opportunity to perform in one of these very old churches in Sitges was wonderful, and I had to wear a black dress. Now, being that I only brought a very small portion of my wardrobe to Spain, I did not bring a plain black dress. So I thought, okay, well, this is perfect. I will turn this into a dress. So here we are. I bought some plain black crepe. You'll remember when I was in Barcelona the second time when I just sort of went around on my own. Sorry, I didn't realize this was inside out. Not very prepared. And I took the same pattern. I went for long sleeves instead of 3/4 length sleeves. And you'll remember that in the pictures that there was a dress version, but I could tell from that dress version that it was going to be quite short and quite skin tight, and I don't like things too tight, especially when I'm singing, because I have to be able to breathe and expand my diaphragm, and I don't want to, be thinking about how my belly looks or feels when I'm singing. I want to just be able to not worry. So I wanted something that had some flow to it. So all I did was I took the bottom half of the dress, and where I got to the waist, I simply started to angle it out to the side, picked the length that I wanted, added a hem allowance, and then just curved it back to end straight. So this is what I ended up with, and I took some pictures here that I can put in for you. This stretch black crepe is perfect. It does not wrinkle. It's very easy to sew. It's comfortable. It's flattering. It breathes well enough. It's not like, it's not like wearing cotton, but it breathes well enough, and it was perfect for this day. Now, the only thing is that I don't know how much, other than, I guess, singing at church, maybe a funeral. I don't know really where I would wear it. I like it. I just don't know how much I'd wear it. And I'm awfully tempted to cut it in half and turn it into a skirt and a top. I could still wear it as a dress if I wanted to, or as a combo. But I feel like I would wear the top a fair amount, and I don't know that I wear the dress much more at all. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know below. And lastly, I have this version. So this is some of my fabric you might remember from Minerva and my Minerva team fabric choice. Now, it's probably not going to read here, but this is incredibly sparkly, like really sparkly. It looks amazing in another light. And actually, I'll put in a picture for you guys. I made a dress for Lily for her first school dance. She requested a twirly dress, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about it maybe in a later video. We'll see what happens, but I want to show you a picture anyway. So I had done that already. And I thought, I like it a lot, and I like the sparkle, but it might be a bit much, and not for an event it might be good, but for wearing more often, maybe not. So what I did was I decided to use some of the leftover black crepe and turn it into a detail to do really well today, to turn it into a detail on the top. So I just cut these shoulder portions in the black, and I added that on, and I think that it adds a really nice detail. And you can see here how that facing just kind of folds over. I mean, you could finish it, I guess, but you don't really need to. I'll put in some pictures of how this top looks. So if I'm just wearing it with, say, a pair of jeans. But then I thought, well, it'd be really, really nice to be able to wear it kind of for something more fancy. And so I added a skirt. Same thing. I took the same, so this time I took the lower portion of the pattern as it is in the magazine. I cut it off at the waist. I added, I just, drafted a waistband of probably 2.5 inches. And then I just cut off 2 inches on either side and added hem allowance and used these little side panels because I thought it would give a little shape, a little curve. It's something, again, I don't have to wear it with the top, but I can wear it with the top. But this would also look cute, don't you think? With this, if I do cut it off, that would look pretty nice, right? I think so. And of course I added a little length. So this hits just above the knee, which in general, especially in the winter time, in the summer, I don't mind going a little shorter. But in the winter, I'm not looking to show a whole lot of leg. So that works. So here are some pictures of the outfit together. The shoes there actually are dance shoes that I purchased a couple of weeks ago, one town over in a dance shop. So those are actually Latin dancing shoes because my feet are terrible and I can't wear heels anymore. And I didn't have any black shoes with me and I didn't want to just go out buy cheap black shoes that were just going to be terrible for my feet. So dance shoes are great for your feet. I mean, they're constructed to be very supportive. And so I bought those and I think they were 25 or 30 euros. They were a really, really good deal. So those are my 3 versions of the dress from Burda Easy Winter 2019. If you can get a hold of this. So sometimes, guys, I find if I go to an international press in my city, I can find foreign magazines. I can absolutely find Burda. Look at where the German magazines are, look where the sewing magazines are, but sometimes even if I just look where Germany is or France or any of the other sections, sometimes that's where they have these. And because the instructions of these are so good, I think most people could totally figure it out. They also have a website, and this coat here, they make this coat, so they do a sew along with the coat, and I'm planning on making this coat, so I'm really, really happy about that. Okay, that's all for me. I have lots and lots of plans coming up. My Sojo is back. It is back. And I'm really looking forward to getting some sewing done. You might see that I've got some new acquisitions there. I've got a couple more up there. I've got lots more to tell you guys about. And there's no doubt that I will be seeing you a lot more in 2020. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope wherever you are, the sun is shining and you are sewing. Take care. Bye-bye.